I observed at Clovis North High School. Clovis North is a large campus that contains middle school and high school. The A building is the main building that stretches across the whole campus with 2 stories, where mostly all the classrooms and staff offices are located. The classrooms contain 30 to 35 students and are equipped with a whiteboard, projector and projector screen, and a document camera. The school is surrounded by a high-level income community and located across the street from Clovis Community College. The school is known for its students that come from high-income families, which play a part of the type of technology and high-quality possessions that the school has. The teachers are very involved with their students, and I could tell that they really want them to succeed. There are a mix of students that show a lot of effort and some who do not. But nonetheless, the students have positive relationships with their teachers. Each class had a level of blooms of remembering and understanding, and due to the fact that I observed in math classes, remembering and understanding play a big part. Each class had a lesson plan. My sixth period teacher would introduce the plan in the beginning of the class of what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. My seventh period teacher would write the plan on the board, not necessarily of how they're going to do it, but of what they're going to do and the topics that they're going to cover. Each class had an assessment. My sixth period class would use quizzes and tests to assess his students. My seventh period class would be similar with quizzes and tests and also take-home quizzes. My seventh period teacher also provided me with notes and worksheets that he would pass out to the students. That way I had a good idea of what exactly the students were working on during that class period. Now I'm going to move on to environment from my observation questions. In the front of the school, near the main entrance, is a Bronco statue that cannot be missed when walking by. The main office is located on the left side of the statue, and the student services office is located on the right. The school has classrooms outside throughout the whole school. The A building is the main building where most of the school has its classrooms and is located on 2 floors. The A building combines the high school and the middle school, and there are many entrances into it. The main way to get on campus is the main entrance for parents and other services. Students and employees get on campus through the front, the ends of the campus where the locker rooms are located. You can also enter the school from the back where the athletic fields are located. Like I said before, the school is located in a high-level income area. The families and neighborhoods that surround the school bring in a high level of income, and this relates to the school because most of those families have kids that attend the school. The school is filled with up-to-date technology, the best athletic gear, and the expensive possessions of the students and teachers, such as vehicles, phones, clothing, and etc. Clovis Community College is located across the street and is similar in terms of technology and environment. Families that live in the neighborhood are well involved with school events and sports as they participate in fundraisers, donations, and volunteer work, which help bring in money that is used towards the school. Now I'm going to cover the students section for my sixth period class. The students were situated in their assigned seatings that were switched up, I think twice since I observed. They were integrated within their groups and prepared with materials such as their notebooks, homework from the previous night, and calculators that were provided by the instructor. The students were allowed to have their phones out during the lesson and were rarely told to put them away unless it was a day of a quiz or test. For the most part, the students were focused, active, and involved with the lesson, raising their hands and answering questions that were asked by the instructor. There were some times when they were told to be quiet and stop talking, but this was mostly when they were given time to work on the assignment of their own. Now I'm going to move on to the teacher of my sixth period class. The instructor dressed professionally, wearing a variety of collared shirts, dress pants, and dress shoes, and occasionally showing school spirit when wearing school clothing. The instructor was very vocal when lecturing and active throughout the classroom. The students seemed to enjoy being in his class due to the fact he would be involved with them and communicate, and was very helpful when they were given time to work on the assignment on their own. Moving on to the students in my seventh period class, the students were situated in their assigned seatings in their small groups of 3. They were moved around twice since I observed, and they were prepared most of the time with materials such as their homework from the previous night, writing utensils, and notebooks. The students in my seventh period class were quiet most of the period and not as involved with the lesson. There were a few who remained focused and a lot who did not. There was one student always asleep every time and a few who would rest their heads eventually on their desk. There were times where students would ask questions and participate, but most days they would not. The teacher in my 7th period class dressed professionally as well, wearing long sleeve collar shirts with ties, dress pants, and his everyday sandals for comfortability, and occasionally wearing school clothing. The instructor showed great knowledge of the subject and would show step-by-step processes for the students, that way they could understand it better. The instructor was very vocal and helpful, although some students did not pay attention. I learned a lot from observing both teachers of how they run their classrooms and the types of ways they teach the material that needs to be taught. I would communicate with the instructors at the end of each class period and ask them specific questions to give me an insight of how they prepare and the processes that they went through that relate to myself. I got a taste of 2 different classrooms with 2 different personalities from the instructors and students, which I feel helped me out and will help me out in the long run, knowing that every classroom will be different. Overall, I enjoyed my time observing, and I appreciate the instructors and the school for letting me do so. Thank you.